Things have gotten so bad for Donald Trump that even his Fox News appearances are damaging his campaign. Before we get into his latest interview on this morning's Fox and Friends, which was not really an interview but was more of a 78-year-old convicted felon rambling into a telephone for an hour with no pushback from the anchors, here was one of the best moments from night 3 of the DNC, where SNL comedian Kenan Thompson brought out a huge 900-page document of Project 2025 and warned the country about the danger of it.
You ever seen a document that could kill a small animal and democracy at the same time? Here it is. You know how when you download an app and there are hundreds of pages there that you don't read, it's just the terms and conditions, and you just click agree, right? Well, these are the terms and conditions of a second Trump presidency. You vote for him, you vote for all of this. Let's take a look.
Then he proceeded to read about all of the terrible plans that Donald has for our country should he be given a second term. So clearly, the DNC is well aware that Project 2025 is the kryptonite of Trump's candidacy. And it seems Donald Trump knows it is too, which is why he went on Fox this morning to try to distance himself from it.
For him to say about Project 25 is disgraceful. They know I have nothing to do with it. I had no idea what it was. A group of people got together. They drew up some conservative values, very conservative values, and in some case, perhaps they went over the line, perhaps they didn't. I have no idea what Project 25 is.
Yes, you do, Donald. 140 of your former staffers and campaign aides are listed as authors of Project 2025. The head of the Heritage Foundation calls your running mate J.D. Vance a, quote, good friend, and you've held several fundraisers with the Heritage Foundation. And oh, by the way, Donald Trump loves the policies that are proposed in Project 2025. Here he was on Fox News boasting about overturning Roe v. Wade, which is one of the central goals of Project 2025.
On abortion, I will bring it up. We did a great thing. We did something that for 52 years people have wanted to do. They wanted to get rid of Roe v. Wade. They wanted to bring that subject back to the states. Every Democrat wanted that, every Republican, every liberal, every conservative, and every legal scholar. And I did it.
Congratulations, Donald. Keep bragging about taking women's freedoms away from them 2 months before the election. Good luck with that strategy, my dude. So not only is Donald Trump helping Kamala Harris when he flexes on banning abortion, but he also outright praised Biden and Harris inadvertently for making the country and the world safer.
Most importantly, they've made our country very safe, and internationally, they've made it even more safe.
The only time this man tells the truth is when he experiences a cognitive glitch. However, here he is making another cognitive glitch, this time confusing Volodymyr Zelensky with Vladimir Putin.
Let me tell you, and a little known fact, and the press doesn't want to talk about, Biden sent, I call her Comrade Kamala, sent Comrade Kamala to see Putin in Russia 3 days before the attack.
Actually, Donald, Kamala Harris met with Zelensky, not Putin. All those crimes and felony charges are clearly causing his mind to melt, and they're also making him more racist. Here he is vowing to re-implement stop and frisk policies to allow police to harass black American civilians.
They're not allowed to do their jobs. You've got to let the police do their jobs, number one. Number two, you have to do a policy of stop and frisk. When you see a guy coming down the street and the police know every one of them, they know their middle name, they know where they live. They know every one of them, the local police, and they're great. You got to let them do their job. Stop and frisk.
Yikes. So in one interview, Donald Trump managed to display his ignorance, his racism, his unpopular anti-abortion stance, and his rapid cognitive decline, all on the right-wing network that is literally in the bag for him. I mean, let's be real. If Fox News can't help Trump's campaign from spiraling into losing territory, then nothing can. In fact, it's getting so rough that during his rally in North Carolina yesterday, the convicted felon polled a crowd of his supporters and asked them for strategic advice on whether or not to continue his personal attacks against Kamala Harris, and I'm betting you can guess what their preference was.
I try and be nice to people, you know? but it's a little tough when they get personal. Please, again, remember, please, sir, don't get personal. Talk about policy. Let me ask you about that. We're going to do a free poll. Here are the two questions. Should I get personal? Should I not get personal? Ready? Should I get personal? Should I not get personal? I don't know. My advisors are fired.
The MAGAs have spoken. I guess Donald Trump will continue with the personal attacks which he's been warned against doing by Nikki Haley, Lindsey Graham, and all of his advisors who have begged him to stick to policy instead of grievances and personal attacks, which we all know he is incapable of doing. So there you have it. Donald Trump self-destructs on Fox News as Kamala Harris and Tim Walz continue to surge, and tonight Kamala Harris will take the stage to accept her historic nomination and to cap off what has been a flawless convention for the Democrats. 75 days till the deal is sealed. Night number 4, here we come. Thank you guys for listening to today's episode of the Gen Z Perspective. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the show and give us a 5-star review on Apple, because as you can see, the MAGA lunatics have bombarded the podcast with 0-star reviews. I think we're worth a little more than that, but I also think it shows you how terrified they are of our generation. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time on the Gen Z Perspective. The Gen Z Perspective's theme song was created and produced by Pokari.